Hey guys, Sway.Expert is a website that offers entirely free analysis and tools to help you with your CSGO betting. So you can access it by going to www.Sway.Expert. The first game is NXL versus the Mongolz. This is for the Southeast Asia Rising Stars Promotional Cup. It's the final, so first place will get $2,500, and second place gets $1,500. So this is a considerable amount for both teams. So if we go to NXL's team achievements, we see the top prize in the last year being $2,000. We can expect $2,500 to be quite a large bit of motivation. The Mongolz recently hit it big at IEM Taipei, where they won about $30,000. If we exclude that, their prize winning for the last year has been quite similar, peaking at $2,000. So let's look at past accomplishments for both teams. So neither team progressed well for the DreamHack qualifier. NXL came 9th to 16th, and Mongolz ended 5th to 8th. For the Mixed Sport Invitational, Team NXL didn't make it out of groups. They went 2 losses, 0 wins. Whereas Mongolz topped their group. They ended up with 32 rounds to 7, but then in the semi-finals they lost 2-0 to Tyloo. So the form for this week has been pretty good. Just to show you quickly, NXL and the Mongolz. So in the past week, both teams have gone 3 wins, 0 losses. For NXL, their first one was versus LGD. They were the underdogs. CSGO Lounge gave them 42%. They beat them 16-19. Then versus Signature, they were underdogs again, but 28% underdogs. And finally, they beat Inch King in a best of 3, 2-0ing them 69 as 40% underdogs. So the Mongolz last 3 games have been very similar as well. They beat Signature and Inch King as well with similar results. But one to note is their close game versus Edward Gaming. It was 16-14, even though CSGO Lounge gave them CSGO Lounge gave them 78% odds. So from this alone, the form looks pretty 50-50. So now on to what the picks and bans will be. So if we look at NXL's history first of all, we see removing Cobble, removing Overpass, removing Cobble, removing Cobble, removing Overpass, removing Cobble, removing Cobble, removing Overpass. So definitely think it's going to be Cobble or Overpass. So we go to the Mongolz quickly, do the same thing. So Mongolz removed Dust 2, they removed Train, they removed Inferno. They remove Train, they remove Cash, they remove Overpass. They remove Train, they remove Inferno. They remove Train, they remove Overpass. They remove Train, they remove Overpass. They remove Train, they remove Overpass. So it definitely seems like they're going to ban Train or Overpass. So if we quickly have a look at Overpass, neither team plays it at all pretty much. So we can expect them not to waste their first ban on Overpass. So I highly expect it to go NXL banning out Cobblestone, Mongolz banning out Train. So on to the first pick. So if we look at Dust 2 first of all, NXL have been doing pretty well on it in the last 2 games. So this week they went 69, they went 16-10. If we look back a couple of weeks ago, they lost 16-3 to Risky. Could we assume that's an anomaly? Potentially. If we go further back, it's just going too far back. This is the last time they played Mongolz, but it was almost 3 months ago, so I think we can just exclude that. The Mongolz on the other hand, against Edward Gaming, they recently had that very close game. Only just beating them 16-14, even though they were seen as these big favourites coming into the match. They lost to MVP Carnal, a team which should be a tier below them. They beat Savage Wolves, I don't really know who Savage Wolves are, and they lost to Signature in this map. So I could definitely see NXL picking Dust 2, and then if they were to pick it, I feel that they'd win it quite confidently. So now on to Cash. NXL, they did beat Orange King, but it was 16-14, once again a close game. And they lost 16-3 to Inch King a week ago on this. So Cash for NXL doesn't really seem that strong. But as we go to the Mongolz, they beat out Signature at 16-10, they beat Inch King 16-10, they beat Dreamscape 16-5, they lost to Tyloo, but they managed to get 12 rounds versus Tyloo, which is very impressive considering Tyloo's position. And they beat MVP Carnal 16-5, so we definitely feel Mongolz are very strong on Cash, and I can see them picking it, and once again when they pick it, I expect the Mongolz to win. So far what it's seeing is NXL banning Cobblestone, Mongolz banning Train, NXL picking Dust 2, winning it, Mongolz picking Cash, winning it. Next 2 bans, I think neither team really plays Overpass. I reckon one of them will ban that, and neither team really plays plays Inferno, so I expect that to be the second ban, which will leave Mirage as the final deciding map. So if we look at Mirage, both teams have played it fair enough each. NXL recently beat LGD 16-9 on it, fairly impressive. They beat Inchking 16-8 on it, and they beat Risky 16-14. If we go further back, we're looking at over a month ago. I don't think it's worth it, because recently they've been on a bit of a streak. They've had a complete different form, so I reckon that's the only time we should be looking at the last 5 games. So as we look at the Mongolz, they recently beat Signature 16-11. They lost to Tyloo 16-6. This was Tyloo's pick. Tyloo being very strong at the moment. I don't really think this game carries too much weight. They beat your MVP Carnal 16-10. They beat Savage Wolves 16-5. And they lost to Signature 16-8, but once again this is over a month ago, so maybe we should just rule this game out. I don't see either team being exceptionally strong at Mirage. NXL were quite good beating LGD, but then at the same time Mongolz were quite good beating Signature. So I could see Mirage being pretty much a coin flip. So overall, I feel this game is a 50-50. I would advise betting on the underdog. That's what I'm going to be doing. Thank you for watching. Give me any feedback.